Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of Build the Commonwealth, where we're going to continue building at Jamaica Plain. I had hopes to bring a special build to you guys this week, but some of my mods conflicted in my alternate account, and as a result I was unable to get fully set up for that. So next week we can anticipate a diversion into the mod by Russ Harper, also known as Shadowzar77, where he has given us access to the Forest Groves Dam. I would have liked to have gotten started with that today, however, a little bit of work to get that profile working.
Miss Smirnova, might be worth poking our beaks in some of these buildings.
Thank you, Codsworth. Murmelnir, Groucho, good to see you guys. Hope the weekend is treating you both very well. Okay, because I used regular floor pieces here, I've got to give it some kind of support structure. No, I want it below, so I think I have turned surface snap off. Yeah, there we go. That should give it adequate support there. Hope your drive went well yesterday, King. I didn't think of asking you last night. Oh, I am out of steel. So let's go to the workshop so I don't get bogged down when I buy it from my wrist computer. My fancy wrist computer. Starting to run low on caps, too. I need to start selling more jet again. And we know we're going to run out of wood, right? Because we always run out of wood. I don't need to carry meat around. Razor grain. Berry. Some rum. No, King, you cannot go into the workshop and root around for the rum. Brookie, good to see you. I woke up breathing, Brookie. I will not complain. Okay. Let's get back up to our central area. Nutter butter. That's too much sticking through. What about that way? Is that... That's too much sticking through, too. Store that. Okay, we need to move the entire thing just slightly to the left. And if I try and grab it with this here... They're fighting over here again, aren't they? Y'all are disturbing the peace, you know that?
Never die.
You have your time, human!
Oh, good lord, this guy is tough. Oh, he had a Gauss rifle. No wonder he was hurting me. And a short automatic pike rifle. That's the weapon he should have been using. No, I don't want... Thank you. Alright, he has ammo, but no weapon. I know he shot at me. Alright, boys, you think you can handle this from here on out?
If you ain't been up to see Grey
Mark,
God,
good to see you, sir. Slacker.
This is run by robots.
I like that M14 mod, Mark.
Well, this isn't a fine and dandy town.
Yeah, you didn't help much, so... Anyway. If I remove this piece... I should be able to grab this whole thing and slide it back. Key is I don't want to be going through that concrete either. That should be clear on both sides. That's much better. While I am dealing with support issues, let's give this one the appearance of some support. And of course this one isn't going to snap the way the other one did because I've already put a wall here. I think that's good enough. So, yeah, I think that he should have come to combat with more than just a broken tibia, because it's just my opinion, but I don't think that helped him all that much. You know, far be it from me to tell the guy what he needs to be doing, but my theory is he could have done better. Did we decide where I'm going to put the bar in this establishment? That's going to be basically the armorer workshop over here. The upstairs here is the bar. Yes. Okay. I want to make sure that I established that, because if I don't have a bar, the people will not be happy. I wouldn't be happy. As many people have stated in the past, I don't believe they would build with broken crap, but I think that some of the stuff they built would have broken. Now, if I want to, I could put a door on there. Duh. Right size. But if I do that, we know they're going to leave it open. Still enough room to walk through. That's a potential. I'll mull that one over. We know we need a general trader.
Miss Smirnova, perhaps we ought to take a gander in one of these buildings.
I'm thinking, no. No. All right. I want you. Come here. Alright, you go there. And then I can move you. There we go. So he's gonna need some kind of support. That second one doesn't look right. Will it? No. So turn object snap off and put it right on the corner. Then we can move this one. Get the girders facing the same way. Settlers, I know they're just going to walk right into that and just keep walking. Because that's what settlers do. If it's anywhere near the center of the steps. So now this guy can have his own bedroom upstairs. Help if I turn snapping back on. There we go. Yeah, for some reason the AI is capable of learning pathing. Because they knew that they were going to have to when they built it up to be a game where we could build what we wanted to see. Which I think is awesome. They put that thought in the game from the start. Yeah, that's not going to work. Going to have to be a railing on this side. Maybe I can do... That one doesn't want to snap because it's a half piece. Aha. That's also going to need a rail. But I am going to be using one of the frequently orphaned pieces, I think. If it's in here. The square with the... I'm not going to use the orphaned piece because it only exists in the extra textures and I don't want to use that. So, build my own. It seems that the firefight seems to have taken all darn day. Because it's already dusk. Ah, I'm glad that I still fall off things. Proves the world is still right. Come on, I almost had it. Does that look... It still looks like it's touching down there. It still looks like it's basically touching down there. You know, I'm glad Bethesda thought, hey, they're going to build things that we have to navigate around. So, make the AI smart enough to figure out the pathing. But the AI's not really smart enough to figure out the pathing. Because it'll walk into things that you put down that it should be able to see and say, oh, I can't walk there. Well, that's definitely not going to work the way I would like it to. But I could do this. But if I'm going to do that, I can put a whole wall in there. That covers that. What's the likeliness that I can make something work here? Turn object snap off. We want that right even with the beam. Make sure that's not sticking out too far. It is not. Then this one with object snap back on. And that. Okay, so move that out. And that out. Yes, I know it's dark, guys. I will fix that in a second. Alright, let's get some sleep. Did I put a bed up here? Nope. And even though I was in build mode in a place where I could put a bed instead, I walked away. Well, I agree they need more animations, and that would be awfully cool, Mark. I don't think I want to get hit by a flying
Mr.
dumpster
Nova,
in-game.
perhaps we ought to take a gander in one of these buildings.
I feel like that might hurt. As some of y'all smarter builders have discovered, it certainly isn't me. If settlers have a path, an alternate path to get somewhere, I'm wondering why this one won't snap here. And naturally this one won't. I have object snap turned on. But if they have an alternate path to get somewhere, they do perform better. And as much as we like to see stupid settler tricks, I also kind of like it when they succeed in getting where they want to be. So if we give them lots of ways to move, it works out to everybody's benefit. Okay, I know that's what I'm looking for. That's too wide. Is there a narrower piece? That one's fairly narrow. That would interfere with the stairs, wouldn't it? This one, however, how big is it? I think I need to see it from the other angle. Yeah, that's too big. That one's smaller. But not by much. Holy cow. Come on, guys. Throw me a bone here. The angle on this one's pretty good to not interfere with the stairs. That it is touching that roof. That could be reasonably called supported. How terrible does it look from across the street? I suppose it would have to have something tying to it, which that does not. So I am not putting that there. This one is smaller, but still runs into the problem of not being small enough. How's this one look? Okay. It's going through the roof, which is definitely going to be a source of support. If it was a real-world structure. Right? It's going through that beam, and it's going through the edge of the roof. Just to, give a little bit of a break there. Now I know that if I put a fence, if I put a gate here, they're just going to leave it open all the time. But how terrible would that gate look? Even if it's open all the time. That's going to intersect the stairs. It's not, but it's also not going to be very it almost looks like it belongs there. Hey, dog. Claire, nice to see you. No, if it's going to, push it further back and that'll get it more out of the walkway. So long as it's not interfering with the steps. And I have some room to push it down. That way, if they leave it open, it's just a little bit less out of this walk path. Because whoever runs this shop is going to have his own private area up here anyway. Yeah. Surface back to get it at the right height. get it back here. Why is that picking up all of them? That one will move without it. Okay, that sticks out into the doorway, so I'm going to need to put that one up under the steps. And the blue one on top of it. Or the white one on top of it. Next to the door. And that gets us the right height. It's just a little bit clipping, so let's get that out from there. There we go. Hey, Gray Man. Welcome aboard. Russ? Good seeing you, sir. Russ, you're probably wondering why I didn't go to the dam today. And the fast answer is I spent way too many hours trying to fix my mod configuration last night so that I can actually play the game in the profile that I was using. Oddball problem where my character was unable to interact with merchants properly. I was very much unfortunately let's put that there. I was unable to buy and sell with merchants at all. Which, as you know, can sometimes be called a requirement within game. Needing silly things like materials or ammunition. And it turned out it was a mod conflict that I had to figure out. But for some reason, it was a pain in the neck to try and figure out. And when I finally found the flaw, it was still kind of a mystery to me how it happened. Because it's a weapons mod that caused the conflict, and I don't know why that's causing a conflict. as you know, the conflicts can be very obscure. It doesn't just have to be a that's too big. We'll go with a level 2 general trader. Get this in here, right? He has to have enough room to stand behind it reasonably. Yeah. And over here we're going to have a clinic, as I recall saying repeatedly. And this one I want the full size. I am certain that if I was more understanding in how certain mods worked and did what they did, it would make more sense to me, but it's a mod that does add something to the leveled tables and affects merchants. And if it's affecting merchants, I imagine that's all it took to make it break the merchants. But when I found it, it was easy enough to fix, so I did that, but lost a mod that I really wanted to use, so time is it? It's just rainy.
Might be worth poking our beaks in some of these buildings.
Adama, welcome aboard, sir. Our doctor is going to have a nicer bed. I suppose I should put some safety railing up. Because if I'm going to fall off of it, and we all know I am, Doc, whoever it is going to fall off of it. There. Good viewpoint, so we need to have something up here. I'm thinking he uses that as sort of a dining nook. I am going to need to start dropping gamma guns soon. I think I left them behind at Nordhagen Beach. Might be a doctor, but that doesn't mean that better chairs are always available. Okay, that is blocked probably by the table. Not by the table. Okay. Let's see if turning it gives us any. Joy. Wow. Okay, so let's relay out this nook. So instead of making this his dining area, maybe we'll make his dining area over here, and that'll be a spot where he sits and enjoys an evening drink. Excellent. That chair is usable now. Sorry about that. Just had a Windows notification interrupt the game, even though I have Windows notifications set to not interrupt.
Well, this isn't a fine and dandy town.
Apparently, Microsoft and Bethesda work under the same principle. Settings are more like guidelines. Can I sit there? I can. And Helena, I don't think I said hi, so how you doing? Wow, that chair just does not like me having it there. So what if I move it across from the other chair? Let me sit in it now. That works. Okay, so this needs to be just a little bit further over. Oh yeah, the white chair. I just love the look of these things. They so remind me of chairs that we had in my cellar growing up because, of course, my parents are were decorating their first house in the 50s. So I'm thinking of this like a little studio type apartment setup. So he's got his sleeping area. Separated. But not... It's not really private, but it is separated. He should definitely be able to get in and out of bed, though. I don't think he needs a couch looking into his bedroom. No, that's going to put a chair looking into his bedroom, however. So it doesn't matter. One way or the other, he's going to have something looking in there. Nice little seating area for him and a guest to enjoy. Why does it sound like somebody is grinding something to sawdust outside my house today? I know my neighbors are not doing any yard work today. That would be better suited right there. Okay, can I sit in the
Lack
sofa?
of good groundskeeping has done this place in more than any bomb.
I can. Oh, excellent, looking at the inside of my own face. Excellent.
What a lovely neighborhood.
This needs a little side table. Thank you, Gray Man. Thanks for coming in and spending a little bit of time with us. Okay. Now watch place. Okay, I was gonna say placing that table there actually made it so that I can't sit in a chair anymore, which wouldn't have been a huge shock to me. Luckily, it did not do that. Okay. That one's a better height. So now I just need to find a suitable piece of conduit. Right? Conduit. The long piece. Yes, it looks like it's held up there. Alright, Slacker, you have a great day. Drive safe on your way to work. Apparently my neighbor, who spent quite a bit of money on his shrubbery, is cutting them out now because they died in the frost. Feel for the man. such is life. Not that it makes it any easier on him. Everybody knows what my bedroom light's gonna be, right? And this won't sit on either of those tables. Unless I turn off snapping. And he needs something hanging above his dining room table. Hey, Rhonda. I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. There we have a nice place for the doctor to hang out. I'll have to get him a glass and a bottle of scotch or bourbon or something to put up here. I definitely have to go make sure that I have gamma guns. If I don't have them in... Yes, I know. Perhaps we ought to be... Yeah. If I don't have them here, I've got them over at... Yes. Looks like we're going back to Nordhagen. Last place I know I use them. Pathing at its finest. Face first into the wall. Alright, pardon me guys, my pupperoonie wants to come on into the family room. Okay, she's in. Oh, Miss Huff and Puff. And back to Jamaica Plain. Wow, this is just one busy area of the map, isn't it? Really? Come on. That's why I'm giving the doctor some good stuff. Yeah. Bob Obbs. I'm sure he enjoys a nice stiff drink after a day of wasteland medicine.
Yeah. Hi, and whatever.
worth poking our beaks into?
No, it's actually not worth poking our beaks anywhere. Let's see. How many more objects can I place before I'm completely out of space? I'm going to just give him a bare bulb. See, I'm thinking a bottle of Bobov's and a dirty glass over on this side table for our general trader, and a bottle of bourbon and a nice glass over on this table for our doctor. Yeah, kind of the dichotomy of the two positions. We're definitely going to be close here, so power, power, power. Why did I turn off workshop mode? I know, it's because I'm a fool. I'm gonna floor my way. That's what I need. Nothing more can be built. I have reached the limit. How many gamma guns is this place? I think SARS figured out it's over 40. Wait a couple of seconds. And that's definitely not over 40. 'Cause that's almost 2/3 using just the 10 of them. I think I'm still inside the build area here. Wait a couple of seconds. I am outside my build area. Didn't want to have to run back there. So it goes. Sorry for the delay. Back to build mode. Let's see. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. For those keeping track, it's a 16 gamma gun settlement. That's not the rifle I'm used to having. There we go. In case I need to go defend myself or something. So, this guy's lights are working. Up. His light needs to be picked up and dropped, right? Oh, I wasn't able to put his power up yet. Watch me be a fool. Okay. The nation's third most popular pastime. Should be right there on that line. Can I reach that from here? Now how's our power looking? Okay. It's gonna need some light down here for our patients. Here's where we'll use those longer curtains. So I need to put some conduit up for the curtains to be on. Power conduit, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, if I do this, that's way too long. Why would it stick like that, but not... You know what? I'm not going to ask. Probably not going to like the answer. It looks fairly convincing. We're going to need some seats for people who are waiting to see the doctor. And in this case, I'm assuming, well, try not to assume, but you know how that goes. I'm guessing that they would have access to at least a few of these airplane chairs. They should all be sittable. Of course, this one you sit between the seats. That's wonderful. There. All three are sittable. I'm going to assume that one is usable because I don't feel like fighting with it. So even if it's not, I'm not going to fight with it. Yeah, I want the hospital one, not the funeral one. Definitely not appropriate to have the funeral as the primary decoration of a clinic. Might be humorous to have, but it's definitely not appropriate. We're going to put that under the stairs. think it might be getting late. No, it's early. Why is it so dark in here this early? Oh, it's an overcast day, okay. We have the clinic. We have our general store. We need to advertise the clinic. Dinner and a show. Sounds like a great idea, Helena. Okay. Curtains, paintings. Where are my just signs? They're there. I'm gonna have to build a restroom area. Looking to see if there's another pharmacy or clinic sign. Would be funny if the clinic was also the gun shop, but I'm not going to do that. No, the vault signs have a clinic one. I can put that up here. Yeah, that works. He ain't delivering anything. I'd probably have some books. That gives him... I need a shelf in his room. this is types of shelves I need. Just a shelf. Can you turn that back on for you? Thanks. That's a tight squeeze. I don't know if our neighborhood salesperson would use that. It's a little bit better squeeze-wise. How do we look now? I think that works. I think that works. Of course, the lights above the doctor's office would help if he had some lighting in the waiting area, right? Let's go with these guys. That gives us the entire waiting area and the counter. Does flood a little bit of light in from below, though. That's not straight. There we go. Is there a better way to get light over here without... Let's see if, the track lights do the trick. That does that area. And that does the counter area. And it's a lot less bleed through upstairs. So now we have our clinic, our general trader. This is going to be our armor shop. So he's going to need a counter in here. Probably right about here. I think I'll do guns and armor in there. And this is our bar. So it needs to be advertised. Is there one that says... I know there's one that says guns. There's not one that says armor, though. wish there was one that said armor. Because making the armor sign never really works out, because the letters are way too small. Although we could put it as a, like a listing alongside of the door. What does that say? Ingredients? No. Mods. And weapons. That's far enough away from the power that it doesn't get there. Okay, I can fix that. I can do. Christian! Glad you could make it. Hope you're having a fine Saturday afternoon. Now that glare is absolutely horrible. See if I put it over here. A little bit away from the that's a little bit better. I mean, you can see what it says. It's definitely going to draw some attention from passers-by, which is pretty much the point of it. This pretty much has got everything it needs, except for people. So all we have left to do with this room is put in our gun and our armor sails. Okay, I don't think that the rug is completely necessary. But it's definitely not necessary over there. Now that makes a lot more sense. Plenty of room for them to stand back here. We're going to want to put some weapons racks in here. So that is shelves, right? No. Containers. I'm probably completely wrong, and everybody's going to tell me in 15-20 seconds, no, you want to go into X. See? At least I knew I was probably wrong. Coffee time. Awesome. I'll take a double espresso. Putting that there makes them have to walk around this way. If the armorer gets here first, he will be blocking the other dude. So, I put those boxes were already there. I built that shelf, but I put that toolkit where it is. So let's move that. And now that can be there. Seems to make perfect sense to me. Suppose they need a door. Does this door frame even have a snap point? It does not, so they're going to need to have their door placed manually anyway. Which way does this open once I get it in place? I prefer to open in. Excellent. That one opens out. This has no door on it right now, and I think I'm going to leave it that way for the moment. We already know that they're never going to close it, but at least it has the appearance that it's got a secure door to close it with. We've got this area here. to build with. How far over can I shove this? If I turn surface snap off. Cannot touch that lamppost base, though. I can get rid of the sidewalk because it's exposed in here, but I can't touch that at all. I want to have this blocked off a little bit more. Need to find something to put up there to block that. Perhaps a car shoved into that. And then something in here. I gotta figure that out. No. Loses the angle. How do I block that off? Tell me it's not that simple. Will place anywhere, let me just sit it there. It will. Can't just walk around the car. I actually can pull that back quite a bit now. Couldn't see that. Can't just walk around the car. And the car and the truck make... Cars and truck make a blockade. Keeping this area a little bit more secure, but not super secure, because they don't have the means to... be all fancy. The build border here is frustrating, Brookie. It's so close to the front. There's really no building out here. I mean, I got away with this guard post, but there's really nothing to build out here with. And then in the back here, having that bus stop and this bus part of the build area would make sense to me. But if you look here, it's a straight line across here, and then it goes at an angle over there. And somewhere in the middle of this, it angles towards the road, so you don't get any of that porch. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I believe I've made the case that this should be their private area. The residents use this as their private area, and this is the common area where people come in to do their shopping. They maybe are coming to do their drinking at the bar. And since we all know that plywood boarding up doors is impervious, I'm going to block the door on this side of the house. So that no one can possibly enter here. Definitely layer it to make it work. So nobody can actually enter this side of the structure. And that'll keep the house itself somewhat private. Leave a tire laying around. Out of respect for Eazy-E, who uses tires a lot. Yeah, I definitely want to put something to change that up. So we can get a little bit of differing appearance from the other door that's blocked off. And then we want to put a wire fence gate here, because we all know that random people respect our personal boundaries. And will never open a gate. Which way does this open? Yep, that works fine for me. And we also all know that the residents will never actually close this gate once they open it, so I'm not that concerned about that. That counts as a door, does it open? This one does open and close? So I'm going to do a save here. Let's see if changing that door. See, it doesn't snap. Feel like if I I can just make the door fit in there, right? not gonna snap, but if I don't like it, I can always go back to what's already there. Being I did just save that. I like it. It's living space. Probably your bartender, your gunsmith, and your armor smith. Being I put 3 beds up here. And I'll put a kitchen downstairs here. Because they need someplace to cook. Okay, that rug cannot be moved, so I'm just gonna trash it. TV can. A little bit of nostalgia. Now let's give them a kitchen. Furniture. That's a cafe. I want an actual kitchen. Ah, I can put the Home of Tomorrow kitchen in. It actually fits in that space somewhat. Nobody thought about when they built this house, there would have been a kitchen and a bathroom. In a real house. Need a stove. And a refrigerator. At least put the kitchen in here, right? Out here, I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of bathroom for the residents. And up here, we're probably gonna need a bathroom for the guests. But it is time to sleep. So if we were going to have quote-unquote public bathrooms, I imagine they would be back here. That would cover the immediate needs for the people. Let's see how craftily I've done my great works. Will it... These doors just will only go on the one way. Well, it does seem to go over the steps, so that works. How good did I do? How did I get in the wood tab there? Okay, that is too far for that one. So I actually might have wanted to be in wood. That's too wide. That's the one. Make sure that's not sticking through too obviously. That's too wide, isn't it? Yep. So we know that one is too wide, but that's too narrow. Come on now, guys. Something just a little bit less wide. Just can't work with me here. Okay. Maybe I can shift these ever so slightly. No. Gonna keep trying to snap to itself. Now I have to turn surface snapping off. Stupid does it look? It doesn't look completely stupid. Should be able to put a beam behind it like a backsplash. You know what? You're right. I could do that. I could make that... You're... Ooh, you're so bright. That is a great idea. For the residents to have their own bathroom in there. Is a single plank sideways. And naturally, I don't have a single plank sideways. But I could do this. There's a passable bathroom for the visitors to use. And thanks to our absolute rock star observers, this is going to the general store. Still haven't decided if I'm going to... I am not going to leave that door the way it is. Because what's going to happen? They're going to open the door, and it's always going to be open, right? It's not going to look right. Maybe, just maybe, I can do the Sardeliac trick and open the door and put it in place manually. And, I know Sar said that, I think Shek explained that to him, so it would be the Sheklador trick.
What a lovely neighborhood.
I'm glad you think so, Codsworth. Why am I selecting a grenade? Okay, that's tall enough to wall this off. Sure it's not coming through that wall. It is not. It was an excellent idea, Brookie. I absolutely love it. I fully expect Codsworth to continue being in the way as often as he can. Now, if we're going to steal something from another house, we're going to steal the best thing we can find, right? So that gives us our shower. Going to go get stuff, we're going to get the best. Wow, did I put that way up in the air or what? That makes sense because you got 3 different shops. Owners are that is in the floor. That is in the floor. That looks like it's not in the floor. It's in the floor now. If you have 3 different shop owners paying for the people to come get their stuff for them, they can afford to buy the best, right? Okay, I just need to be able to see what I'm doing here. Here we go. Toilet roll holder. Okay, that actually has to touch the wall, though. Their little bit of luxury. This one opens out. We're about to find out. It does. Hooray! So they have a kitchen. They have a bathroom. They have a place up here to live. Wow, that's, that didn't even pretend to get straight, and it's sticking through the wall. And how I missed that, I have no clue. Because I know I looked in here to see if it stuck through. That's horrific. See if I can work with what I've got there. Just a short plank of wood. Give that wood a reason for being here. Since I've already snapped all this stuff together. I think I like that. I need to get a mod that gives me more artwork. So I think they need artwork upstairs. And now they're even more luxurious than the doctor, because the doctor doesn't have his own private bathroom. Although I do feel like the doctor should have a spot to wash his hands. So let's shift that over just a little bit. Shift that over a little bit too. At least the doctor has a place to wash his hands. Is that touching? Obviously it's not touching, because that would make things easier. This is the one thing that I really hate about this sink in particular is placement can be difficult. It's still not touching, is it? Nope. Alright. Second method for placement. Get close to the right height. The boundary box on this one is absolutely mind enraging. So even with place everywhere, it sometimes is a hassle to place where you want it. Luckily, this one I can actually put in the air a little bit. As long as I'm not... Aha! It is not letting me group select it. Crafty bastard. What if I put it on this wall? Is it super obvious that it's... It actually looks like the stud is holding it on that side, but not on that side, because it's obviously it's too wide of a stud placement. So it has to be on something that can at least look like it's... Oh, I just want to scream at this thing. It's resistant to all forms of chicanery. Have a thought. The pipes actually look like they are somewhat reasonably attached to the wall. Not even close to attached to the wall. So that's not a thought that's going to be helpful. So in that case, we want to hide it. So that's not as easily seen that it's not attached. And there's my hiding place for it. Now he has a place where he can wash his hands and work on his patience. Put that back where it was. He's never actually going to wash his hands anyway, so it's not a big deal. This is going to look like it is a access point to bring things in, but it's actually I'm an idiot. If I don't put it on this way, if I decided to open it for any reason, the immersion would be gone. That's better. So it looks like he could bring things in through there if he needed to, but he will never open it. Take those mushrooms out of there first. They're just glowing fungi. I think I moved them from somewhere else originally anyway. Wow, it just does not want to go up there. Some of these things just do not move the way you'd like them to. Oh, that's furniture. That's why it's not showing me the one I want. We come in, we have ourselves a clinic, we have a store, place to potty if you're up top here. Come down here, you've got a couple of public bathrooms, another store, and a bar. This is definitely closed off to the public. So you come around this side, and we're going to have some good space usage over here. I have a bathroom. I suppose I should put some kind of light in here for our friendly kitchen. Yeah. Now I just have to use this space well. And one of the things I want to do is get some additional defense for the courtyard. Exactly what I want to put. Now, that was almost a catastrophe. So I saw how close I came to eating that. So this roof doesn't lend itself very well to a whole lot of things. The angle is very bad, but these platforms at least look like they've been built to support things pretty well. People should feel safe in their own homes. And not to mention the boost that gives for defense. Nice thing about this house being unenterable is you don't have to worry about it looking like crap on the inside. We can afford a little bit more defense for sure. So this will cover anything coming from that side, from the road over there. I don't remember where the spawn points are for settlement attacks, but I think one of them is on this side, near that elevated area. So and from this side we can add a laser turret on here, because I know there's a spawn point across the street. And the laser turrets are actually kind of quiet. Compared to other turrets, so that won't disturb the doctor. Lots of defense on this side. Not so much on this side, but again, I'm not sure where the spawn points are for this settlement, so hopefully they're not completely exposed. And I'm pretty sure that one of the spawn points is across the street in that churchyard, which gives that turret free reign. Need one more good turret on this side. And we're going to take advantage of this wall here. And I'm going to fall off the roof, because that's how I do. And I can't put it on there. So I am going to have to put it on the front of this structure somewhere. Maybe it'll go on top of... Get in here. Maybe I can put it on here without it being too broken looking. What? That, no. What are you doing? Maybe I can do this with it not being too broken looking. Oh, that looks great. Floating in midair over the entryway. Well, if they're coming from behind the bus stop, Maybe I need to put one more turret on here. How much power am I using? 6 power out of 10, if I'm not mistaken. So if I were to put one more laser turret up here, that should cover the defense of Jamaica Plain rather nicely. Let's get some sleep because it's dark again. And yes, that catwalk up there is going to be removed. That's just my staging. Okay, that looks like absolute dog snot. Well, King, your share is the added sense of security while you're visiting my settlement here at Jamaica Plain. I wonder if it'll let me put it on this side. It did. And that does the job. We've got security on this side, security on that side, and security on that side. Basically, the only 3 avenues of approach are covered. Now to name the bar. Oh, I missed Helena saying that she had her dessert. And yes, it's a thing I do where I always put in a couple of letters that are close in color, but off. Did I already pass by? I did it already. I had to have. Yep. Yeah, definitely like the way it stands out. Now we just need to figure out what we're going to build as a private recreation area for the community over here. I think they need to be closed off on this side. So we can go from the corner of the building over to this wall here. I'm going to ponder this and put the finishing touches on next week. We're very close to the end time, and I'm certain that a flash of inspiration is going to come to me. And if it doesn't, I'll wing it and make it seem like it did. Because you know what they say, fake it until you make it. But I definitely want to try and use this this line to my advantage. Maybe there'll be a wall out to here with a gate for the residents to come through, and the wall will go along this borderline with a larger gate here, which will presumably be closed occasionally. I still don't know why Codsworth is here. His last assignment was at Sanctuary. But let's go over what we put together today so that we can wrap this up in our usual fashion. When we started the day today, the clinic was complete, but not furnished. So today's activities, we've managed to build and furnish the general store. Still need to finish lighting in here, I think, and decorate with some odds and ends on the shelves. We gave our general storekeeper his own little place to retreat to at the end of his busy work day, well protected by the community boundaries, the walls, as they are. The clinic has been finished being decorated. We've given our doctor 3 bays to work on injured patients. We've got waiting space for multiple people. The doctor can wash his hands when he's ready to work on somebody. He's got a wheelchair in case he needs to bring somebody up in. We have his own personal living space, a nice little area for him to dine in, an area for him to entertain a couple of guests, perhaps. He can pull the curtain and close off his own private sleeping area when he's done for the day. Or he can sit on his little balcony and look down at the end of the workday and enjoy a drink of his own. The upper level here is serviced by a single bathroom. We then came down into our public area and finished the armor and weapons shop. Decoration will occur next week. However, I think it's well proportioned. The armor, of course, has several power armor frames, so he has the ability, or power armor stations, to work on power armor frames. So we've got that to look forward to. The bar we finished last week, but we've actually named it now. The bar is, just because I like going into the bar and showing off. Still needs some decoration, I believe. Some glasses, maybe a shelf in the back there with some liquor bottles on it, but definitely well laid out, in my opinion. Not too overly bright in there at night. Then we took some pains to decorate the housing area of the bartender, the armorsmith, and the weaponsmith. Gave them their own full kitchen to work in so that they can have a good meal. Thanks to Brookie, they have a beautiful bathroom of their own, having pooled their resources to get some nice equipment for their bathroom. Their sleeping area is subdued but not poor. And we made the most of my mistake and turned this into a shelf for some candles for their lighting. We augmented the community defenses by adding laser turrets to the roof up there, and one on the roof of the bar, and one on the roof of the doctor's place. And then we placed another turret up on a support next to the guard station. So next week we should be finishing out our Jamaica Plain settlement. Remember, this is also the Mercer Safe House. So it kind of has to service people who don't live here, and I will walk off the edge repeatedly because that is what I do. But I think that we've managed to use the space pretty effectively. The turrets and generator on the roof really don't seem to be in any way loud up in the house. I appreciate everybody coming in and spending their afternoon with me, or their evening for you folks over in Europe. Appreciate the up to almost 3 hours we spent together, the excellent ideas and observations from those of you who participated, and I will see you all next week. Until then, I hope that you all take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I hope that your spring weather starts rapidly so that you will get all the beautiful flowers of spring and early summer in your near future. Until next time, folks, I am RP Games. Take care.